I'll tell you a little bit about what I've been working on. My husband has been wanting me to make him some trousers for such a long time, so I decided to make him some jeans, and I actually had another pattern in mind, but unfortunately the size range isn't very inclusive. So I found this pattern company, Wardrobe by Me, and they have a really good basic jeans pattern for men. It's called the 5-pocket jeans. So I have constructed the back pieces already. So I'm using black top stitching, which is just really nice and minimal. I'm actually making another pair of jeans for myself over there. So I'm batch sewing. I'm now at the point where I'm constructing the fly, and I actually came across a slight issue with this. I was putting together the front pieces, and I realized that when I sewed the fly as per the instructions and the pattern markings, it just didn't look right, because when I opened it out, there ended up being like a gap between the waist and the top of the fly. So when I folded it back, it was a bit like that. So I queried it with the pattern company, and they responded immediately, said I was indeed right, and they fixed the issue straight away and sent me updated pattern files. So I've now marked the new fly waist notch and the new stitch line. So I did have to put this on hold just for a couple of days while I dealt with that, but now I'm ready to proceed, and these are going to be a really cute pair of jeans. I say cute, but you know, it's men's jeans. I think it's going to be cute because of the pocket lining. Let me just take out this pin. But we do have some mushrooms. You can see the underside of the fabric there. So I think these will be lovely when they're done. So I'm not too far away from finishing them. I do have to do the complicated fly. I then am going to sew up, put the front and back pieces together, baste them together, and do a fitting on my husband to see if they fit him properly. And then I can always adjust the side seams accordingly. So yes, so that's where I'm at with those. It's a hair up kind of day. It's Friday, I've made it to the end of the week, and I've been doing a little bit of knitting over the last couple of days, just here and there. It's been quite a busy week work-wise. And yes, we had our rental inspection, all went well. So now I can get back on the making wagon. And previously I did just mention I'd done some sewing recently, so I thought I'd quickly show you what I made. I made this quilted jacket, and I made it out of a bedspread that I got on sale at one of the bedding places here. I was actually having a rummage through a shop called Scotch and Soda. I'm sure some of you have heard of it. It's quite a high-end trendy clothing brand, and back in, I think it was like March or April, they had something very similar to this in their shop, a jacket for women with this kind of shawl collar, and it had a tassel tie closure at the front, but it had this kind of floral fabric, which I thought was very, very cute. Anyway, I saw it, I Pinterested, I put it on Pinterest as some inspiration, and then several months later I came across this bedspread on the sale table, and I thought, perfect, I don't have to buy fabric and then batting and then a backing fabric and then quilt it to make the jacket. I can just buy the bedspread, and it made it so easy to put this together. The pattern I used was the Tamarack jacket, and the Tamarack jacket is by Grainline Studios, and last year they actually released the extended size range, or the plus size range, and so I thought I'd try out my size in their extended range, and that's what this is. So this is a size 20, It's the same size as I initially made about 5 years ago in my Marimekko fabric. The difference being that this was actually drafted for a different body shape. Roughly the same measurements, the two sizes, but this is actually drafted for a bigger bust, and it actually has bust darts here. I think overall it has a nicer fit as well. It seems bigger than the other one, but I think that's just the puffiness. Actually, let me get the other one and I'll show you for comparison. So here is the other one. This one doesn't have any front closures. I didn't put any buttons on it. So this is it here. It looks really good on, and I always get so many compliments whenever I wear it. They're pretty much the same size. I think the difference between the two size ranges is this is drafted for more of a straight size body, and this size range is drafted for a curvier range body. So it's drafted for someone with bigger bum and hips and bigger boobs. So, and I think also bigger biceps. But anyway, so yeah, I really enjoyed making this. What else? What did I do to it? What can I tell you? So the pattern calls for welt pockets, but I actually did patch pockets, as you can hopefully see. There we go, patch pockets, which I trimmed with bias binding in this gingham linen. And then I just sewed them straight onto the front using the pocket markings on the pattern piece for the welt pockets. And then I also played with the pattern pieces, the front pattern pieces, to create this shawl collar look. So all I really did is I got out my tailor's ruler and I drew a line from the neck edge down to about the center bust between the boobs. And that was my new pattern piece line. So I cut out all the pattern pieces as per standard, but all I did was fold the pattern piece back along that line to create this shawl collar shape. So yeah, and then I used a single length of the fabric to make this kind of shawl collar, and all I did was fold it over, so it's not a curved pattern piece or anything, it's just a straight piece of the quilted fabric. And then I applied, what's it called? Piping. Oh, I keep losing my words. I applied piping at the arm size and along the neckline, because I thought that might add a nice piece of detail. And then finally, I put my own label on the back. Gosh, there we go, camera focus. So it's blowing out a bit on here. Again, we've got a sunny morning, so I think that might be why. So that's what I've been working on. It was actually a really quick sew because I didn't have to do all the quilting, which is really good. But I also made another jacket. If you'd been following along in Instagram stories a while back, I made the Closet Core Patterns Sienna Maker Jacket, and I made it out of some leftover denim that I had in my stash. I had two types of denim, not enough of either to actually make the jacket, but just enough of both to make the jacket. So I consider that pretty much a low waist / no waist make. I haven't actually got it up here with me at the moment. It's down in my coat cupboard downstairs, but I really like the finished product. The size I chose, I can't remember exactly what size it is because I don't have my notebook here. I'm clearly not prepared to talk about it, but it is slightly too big. So it was just meant to be a muslin anyway, but I know next time I want to make that jacket, which I think I will size down. So yeah, good pattern, and honestly the shape of it in the plus size, in the extended size range, it kind of feels a little bit more like the old style rain jacket. So I reckon you could make a really nice rain jacket with that pattern if you use some oilskin or some sort of waterproof fabric. But the jacket itself comes in, I think, 3 different styles. So it's quite a versatile pattern and the instructions are really good. So I will definitely make that again. And again, I got loads of fabulous compliments on that and on this bad boy. So, you know, it's kind of out of my comfort zone, this, but you know, when I wear it, it's so cozy and warm, and I do get some curious looks from people, but you know what? Everyone else is wearing black jackets here in Melbourne and black clothing in winter, so it's nice to wear something a bit bright and different, and you kind of feel a bit more confident when you're wearing something that's different. Yeah. So that's what I've been working on. I'd really like to make a few things for myself. I have also promised my mum to replicate a favourite top of hers, so I've got some French terry that I have ready there to cut out. So I've got to make her a couple of those before winter ends. I'm notoriously bad at delivering on these type of things. But I also, I got myself some Ponte fabric from Tessuti yesterday. And yes, I know I'm on a fabric and yarn buying ban, but I do have some wardrobe gaps. Jeans and pants are one of them, and skirts are another, because I've been wearing my Ellis skirt by Cashmerette quite a lot, and I realize it's such a good functional garment to have, and I would like to make another denim skirt, but also a nice Ponte knit pencil skirt would really go down well in my closet, because I can wear it with all of my sweaters and do the little French tuck at the front. So I would really like to make one of those. And I really would like to make another denim skirt, although the patterns I currently have in my stash are just not fitting the bill of what I want, what I have in mind. So I may self-draft it, or maybe I'll find another pattern. I kind of just want a simple A-line denim skirt with a zip either at the back or the side. I don't want a yoke along the back like a traditional denim skirt. I just want something A-line with patch pockets at the front that I can play with in terms of style, maybe add a frill or add some piping or some sort of point of interest. I know Tilly and the Buttons has a couple of skirt patterns that are quite nice, and I am tempted by one of those. I think it might be the Bobby skirt, but it has buttons all the way down the front, which I don't want. And I could hack it, but then I think, well, why am I spending money on a pattern when I'm just going to hack it anyway, when I could actually just self-draft one? I just need to take my measurements, allow for seam allowances, and yeah, kind of fudge my way through it. So we'll see what I do with that. Hi, happy Saturday. Yes, it's definitely Saturday. We just got home from visiting my in-laws, just helping them sort out their shipment of household goods and furniture and stuff. So we have been lifting and shifting all morning, and then we had to make a mad dash to IKEA to buy some furniture, bits and pieces for them before it sold out. So we just got home, and I'm literally about to lay on the bed and relax. But first I wanted to get some of my yarn stash down from the top shelf of my walk-in wardrobe. And I thought, while I'm in there, shall I just show you how I store my jumpers and where I store all my yarn? So we are very lucky to have this walk-in wardrobe in our rental property. This is my side of the wardrobe. Let me see if I can zoom out. Can I do that? And it's zooming in. Yeah, no, this is as far as I can zoom out. So this is my side. That's where I have most of my clothes. I also have a chest of drawers, but because we had to move all of our stuff back into the wardrobe, what I wanted to do was actually store all of my hand knits in these cubbies here, which I have now done. So I've got everything out of its vacuum pack bag and I've put it there. So it's good. It's easy to access, easy to put stuff away, which is great. And then if we pan up, you can see the avalanche of some of my yarn stash. So I've got most of it kind of like tucked in this corner here. There are pillows there as well, but right up in the back there, there's some Nutina that I want to get my hands on right now. So let me set this up. So now I'm just going to have a rummage through my yarn that I just got down from the storage zone and pick out the ones that I want to play with. I mentioned the other day in part 1 of this podcast that I wanted to make more neck warmers, so I'm going to try and draft up my own. So I'm going to have a play around, choose a yarn, play with it for the next week or so and see how I get on. But for now I need to charge up this camera, so I'm going to put the camera to sleep and go chill out on the bed in front of YouTube and just enjoy other people's podcasts. I have a few podcasts to catch up on actually, so I might go head on over and do that. And we're back to Sunday. It's been a whole week. I had a really nice kind of chilled evening last night. We were both so tired, but we had to get up early again this morning and head back over to my in-laws' place to finish off a few things. And we just got back about an hour, 2 hours ago. So I'm all freshly showered and clean. And I'm about to sit down, relax and do some knitting again. I was going to do some sewing, but I'm exhausted. So I really don't have the energy to do that right now. I just have the energy to sit on the sofa or in bed with my knitting and change channels or choose something on Netflix or something. So before I do that, I just wanted to show you a couple of Nutina swatches that I knit up. You will have seen me winding up balls of Nutina last night, and I knit up this pink swatch here. Now this looks so different in different lights, and the footage from last night, it actually looks more beige, and here it kind of looks beigey raspberry color. I'm trying to decide which one of the two I'm going to use to knit up another neck warmer. So I do quite like this, but I think it's a little too close to my flushed skin tone. But then there's also the other one here, which is more of a like navy purple, I'm gonna say. I'll put in a little bit of B-roll just to show you the difference between the two. I quite like this one. It's just as soft as the other one, but I feel I have too much blue in my wardrobe. Anyway, I've got 300 grams of the pink one, and I've got 500 grams of the blue one here, bluey purple, and I would like to make a neck warmer, and I feel like I'm only going to use maybe 150 grams to make a neck warmer, so maybe I'll make it with a pink. I don't know, this kind of looks like I've got a little beard and my pearl bumps on the mouth. Okay, I'm being silly. I'm clearly very tired. Anyway, I just wanted to pop on and wind up this week-long vlog. For those of you that have stayed with me watching throughout the week, thank you so much for joining me. Just a little view into my life, you know, in between working. This is kind of what I do, and yeah, how I spend my time working on my hobbies. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed catching up on everything I've been working on. I'm pretty sure that kind of covers it now. There was a tiny little snippet of me on the bus working on a pair of socks, and just to cover those, they are the Broken Rib DK socks from the Hello Sailor sock set by Summer Lee Knits. I really like that that pattern because it uses slightly larger needles, and I can use fingering and mohair held together, and it's a really soft squishy knit and really good for the train or the bus. So I will probably be finished those the next time you see me, which is good. And hopefully the next time you see me as well, I'll have some little snippets of my day trip to the Bendigo Sheep Show. Yeah, and a few other finished objects. Yeah, I'd like to finish the Cathedral sweater and the Whitmore sweater by then as well. So yeah, I'd like to do that. I'd also like to sew a little skirt in that kind of faux Liberty print pattern. That's a rayon viscose, and that pencil skirt I was talking about as well, and maybe even the jeans. I'm being a little bit optimistic though, so let's just see what happens in the next couple of weeks, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching and for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.